Hey guys, it is me, 80s Rover. Today, guys, we're back for our Europa Conference League predictions, guys. I know I was supposed to do yesterday, guys, but like I said, guys, I was busy. I couldn't get it done yesterday. I just had too much to do. And of course, you guys know I did a debate show yesterday. So today we'll do our Europa Conference League predictions. Remember, guys, comment down below your predictions down below. Remember, guys, I will be putting a link in the description below where you guys can do the leagues thing. And let me just go and show you guys right now what that is basically like. So basically, we have this gaming website where basically you can do your predictions for all the different competitions. One for Champions League edition. Let me just show you how what the Champions League edition looks like, so you can put your predictions right here and everything like that. And I will be putting a link in the description below, so you guys can stay tuned for that. Okay, so you guys can see all this login information, everything like that. So you'll be able to make your predictions for each specific match days. Okay. So make sure you guys do that for all competitions for the Europa League, Conference League, and the Champions League, of course. I'll be putting a link in the description, of course, and let me go and show you guys the league. And this is the league that I'm talking about, guys. So here is the league right here, invite friends, and you guys can see right here, this is the link. You can also copy this code if you want as well, but I'll be putting the link in the description, okay? So make sure you stay tuned for that. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and start with these matchups. Let's start with the very first matchup, which we have is Fenerbahce versus Slavia Prague. Already, guys, we have a very tricky match in our hands. A very tricky match in our hands. And I think this is a match that can go either way. I think this is a 50-50 match. And for me, Fenerbahce, I've been really impressed with them. Obviously, you got players like Mesut Ozil comes to mind, who's a great player. Obviously, you also have Enter Valencia as well, who's a great player. Nikai Vici as well. Dorsan as well. Beresha as well. Samuel as well. And for me, the thing about this Slavia Praha team, what I've noticed with them is that they have gone in downhill trajectory. They have not been the same. They've looked more. They're declining as a team, and I've just not been that impressed with them anymore. And even though they're doing very well in their domestic league, as you guys can see, they're second right now. The players, I just feel like have been. There's just too many player changes. Last summer I think they had an exodus of so many players removing, and now this season they don't really have a lot of the core players. A lot of players those left, and it's going to be difficult for them to really do well in this edition just because of how many players departed them. And I just feel like for me, guys, this Slavia team is going downhill. I mean, 2 seasons ago, they were in the Champions League with my team, Barcelona. And then last season, they were in I believe, the Europa League round of 16. And now they're in the Conference League. It just goes to show you guys how much this team has gone down. And I just don't really think they're the same. So I am going to go with Fenerbahce to prevail in this one, guys. I think this will be very close. And I think this will be a one that could go to penalties potentially, or even extra time for that matter. I just think that for me, Fenerbahce for me would just edge this through just because of the quality they have in the final third, and I think they'll make the difference. And as for this Czech Republic team, I think they'll do well. I think they'll cause issues, but I am still going to give the edge to Fenerbahce in this one. And like I said, I feel like their contingent on Czech players will not be enough to prevail in this one. But who knows, man? It's a very difficult one, and I don't think Fenerbahce are completely superior to them. Then we got Michelin versus Polk. A match where I think it's kind of obvious which team I'm going to back for this one, guys. Michelin, obviously, got some great players in the Champions League last season. They did a good job in the group, and even though they did finish last in the group, they made it a very, very difficult indeed. I believe they got a draw against Atalanta, and I believe they even picked up a draw against Liverpool as well, And players obviously look out for Wagner Love, Junior Brametta, Moroni as well, Pinot Assisto, Trofia as well, and it's a good team, guys. I think this Danish team has done a great job. In particular, you can see Braun Herrenkriksen has done a great job. And as for Palk in particular, I don't know. I've just not really been that impressed with them. With the players that they have is just nowhere near the quality. And you guys can see they're actually second round of the domestic league, just behind Olympiacos, a 9 points gap. And I mean, Olympiacos is going to probably run away the league. As you guys can see, where's the squad? Why is the squad not showing here? Yeah, squad's not even on FlipMob, so that's not good. And like I said, guys, I don't know why the squad's not showing transfers. I mean, why? Yeah, why is the squad not showing here, man? Maybe let's look at the recent game they played. That could give us a good indicator. So you guys can see right here, this was a starting 11 they had. Alexander Pishok, and you can see the players they have, Kortic as well. And I think for me, this Apok team in particular, I just don't really think they have what it takes to eliminate Michelin. And yeah, I'm gonna go with them to Michelin to prevail. I just don't think they have enough quality. The goal scorers for them were Kurtic and Minitra, both of which in the 90th minute of the game. So yeah, stoppage time is ridiculous. They actually were losing this match, and they came from 1-0 down to win it 2 goals in stoppage time. Pretty ridiculous, if I do say so myself. And you guys can see Alexander Mitria saved the day for them, coming off the bench as well. So very, very good for them. But yeah, man, as I said, guys, I am picking Midtjylland to prevail in that one. Moving on over to the next one we have, it is Rapid Wien versus Vitesse, guys. Our Rapid Wien guys, they've done a great job in the group. I believe they came third in the group stage, and they did a good job, obviously, on this Austrian-based players. They've got some decent players, obviously, it comes to mind, as you guys can see right, their position in the league. They're actually right now, they find themselves to be fifth in the league, which is kind of unheard of. You guys can see how far the way they are from the championship. Like, they're literally 24 points behind. It's fair to say they ain't winning the league. You can see how much poor run of form they've been on, and the squad they have. They got some great players, obviously. Some players to look out for. Obviously, you got Thurston Schick, one player to look out for. Katiga, Gruel, Yusuf Demir, a player that you should guys look out for. He used to play at Barcelona. Obviously, you also have Schuster as well. And it's a good team, guys. This Austrian-based team is good. And this Vitesse team, I was surprised with Vitesse, guys. I did not expect them to do this well in the group stage, and they put on a show, man. They put on a show. I think they put out great performances. Grebich, particularly, I thought was good. Apanda as well, Gong as well, Richt as well, and I just think that's for me, guys. This team is looking great. So this is where I am going to make an upset. I'm going to make a shock prediction, guys, and I believe Vitesse will shock Rapid Wien. And what they did against Tottenham was incredible. I mean, I think they were like 3-0 down at halftime and almost made it almost made the comeback. It's ridiculous. And I think this Vitesse team, the fact that they even scored more goals against Tottenham, just speaks to how good they've been in the group stage. I know Tottenham is not a very good team, but still, to score more goals than them is quite ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, that was a very, very impressive achievement. So Vitesse, man, round up to you guys. I think you guys will beat Rapid Wien. Okay, we're moving on over. We have the next one we have is Celtic versus Bodo/Gilland. Now, I was really impressed with what Bodo did in the group stage. I thought they were one of the more impressive teams, especially the performance against Roma. And one player in particular I was really impressed with is Botham. He was an amazing player, but I just checked that Bodo just sold him. Bodo sold him to Krasnodar. And guess what, guys? I was looking at their fixtures. They haven't played a competitive game this year. All the games they have played this year were friendlies. And let me just tell you this right now, guys. Friendlies are not enough, okay? And even though I was really impressed with them, this Celtic team have been playing a lot of games recently. They're in the Scottish League and everything like that. And I just think that for me, Celtic, even though I've been impressed with what Bodo did, I'm going to go Celtic to prevail in this one, guys. I just feel like for me, Celtic, they have the more experience, and like I said, they have the more match fitness. And I just don't really think this Bodo team is really up for this. I just don't really think they are. You guys can see they're actually top of the Premiership right now. They're actually 1 point ahead of Rangers, so it could be very exciting title race there, as you guys can see. And obviously, got some great players. Obviously, Joe Hart comes to mind. Obviously, you also have James Forrest as well. Keep an eye upon him. Johnny Carey as well. Alvin Maffitt as well. And it's a good team, guys. James McCarthy as well. Plays in Ireland as well. And Riley Bendog, Barry Coffey. It's a very good team, guys. It's a good team they have here. And I think they could cause issues. And obviously, one USMNT player is Cameron Carter-Vickers, one player to look out for. So, like I said, guys, I keep an eye upon them. As for Bodo, man, for me, Botham was obviously one player to look out for, but obviously he's sold. He will not be taking part in this game, obviously. So you look at the squad that they have. I would probably say Pellegrino is one to look out for. I was really impressed with him. Hodge as well, I was impressed with him. Yeah, man. I mean, I think the Botham loss is already big enough, and I just think that they're going to struggle without him. And like I said, the fact that they haven't even played any competitive games this year, I think is going to really hurt them, and I think Celtic will prevail. Next, we got Leicester City versus Rangers, guys. Leicester City, man. They have been absolute free fall this year, guys. I think recently they just lost to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, guys. How embarrassing is that? And they put out a very strong team. Let me make that clear. Leicester City put out a very strong team. And the fact that they still lost to Nottingham Forest and that kind of fashion is unacceptable. This Leicester City team has been awful this season. They've been in absolute disappointment this season, and the fact that they're 12th right now in the Premier League is just ridiculous. And you can see how much they're struggling, man. And there is a great chance that this could be their last chance. Like, if they want to get European football somehow, this is it, because they ain't getting top 6 in the league, in my opinion. They just aren't. They're way too far behind, and even if they do, I still don't think it's happening. For them to get European football, this is the competition they have to win. They have to win this. And if they win this, they'll be in Europa League, which we know that they don't want to be in Europa League. We know they really want to be in Champions League. That's their main target. But of course, it'd be better than nothing, right? And for Leicester City in particular, obviously, you got some great players. Obviously, Schmeichel comes to mind, Vardy, Madison, Ian Nacho, Patsuki Daka as well, Ndidi, uh, Madison, Tielemans, Soyuncu. I mean, it's a very good team, guys. A very good team. As for Rangers, they do have some decent players. I like this. What this Danish team has been doing in particular, I think they've done a good job indeed. But I just don't think they have anywhere near the quality of players what Leicester commands to the team. And Leicester, the players that they have is just not really up to scratch. And you guys can see that Nicholas broke Matson, and yeah, it's I just don't think it's enough, guys. This is really mainly a Danish team in particular, a lot of Denmark contingency players, and I just don't think it's gonna be enough, guys. Although Leicester City have been really struggling, as I said, guys, and they have not been great. I still think though that they should. Let me put it this way: they should beat Rangers. Because notice I should, because with Leicester City anything can happen. We know they have been in not good form. You guys can see they've only picked up one win the last 5 matches. So actually head to head, their form wise, actually Rangers got better form. But obviously we know Leicester plays in a much more competitive league than Rangers. So I'm gonna go with Leicester to prevail, but just about, man. I don't know, man. This Leicester City team, I've just not been that impressed with, man. I really hope they could do well. And like I said, I think this is the competition to win for them. And Brendan Rodgers doesn't even know about this competition, apparently. One of this video, there's like a video of that on YouTube, which is very interesting. They got obviously Marseille versus quarterback, guys. Marseille, man. I'm looking at this team what St. Pauli's done with them. They have been doing extremely well in the French league. I believe they're third right now in the league, which is ridiculous. And Marseille have done a great job. I've been really impressed with this Marseille team. They actually seem to know what they're doing, and they've done well. Actually, they're second right now in the league. Nice is actually third, so my bad. But you guys get the general point. They've done really well indeed. And I think the players that they brought in this summer is incredible. They had one of the best transfers. Geometry Pai has been incredible. Bakambu has been great. Then Harit as well. Then you got Milik, Under, Chingus Under. Then Mamba Diong as well. Then you got the Conor de la Fuente, Luis Enrique. And it's just a very good team. Bobo Kamara as well. Metu Guendouzi, Papagay. That's a very good team, guys. I think this is one team to look out for, and I think this is a team that could surprise people and actually perhaps win this competition. I think this is a team that is more than capable of doing so, and I think with a proven manager, Jorge Sampaoli, I think they could definitely do that. As for quarterback, man, they do have some players that I think could challenge Marseille, but I think quarterback, the quality for them is too much, and I just don't think they can compete anywhere near Marseille, as you guys can see. Even though they are top of the league, their Azerbaijan league, I just don't really think they have the players to compete in this, and they don't even have. There's not even a squad list on here, guys, and it just shows you how much lack of information there is. And so I don't even see the lineups for both teams, man. That's very, very sad. And so Kandy Malinowski is one of their best players, and scoring a brace. So yeah, man, this quarterback team, yeah, I think it's fairly obvious that Marseille should win this, guys. Indeed. And then we move on to the next one, guys. We have PSV Eindhoven versus Maccabi Tel Aviv. I like what Maccabi Tel Aviv did in the group stage. Got it. They did relatively well indeed. In PSV, they also did relatively well. But I think for PSV in particular, they have too much quality. I just don't think Maccabi Tel Aviv can really compete alongside this. I think it's just too much for them. I look at the players they have. PSV have, the players like Mario Götze comes to mind. And obviously you also have Mario Götze. Who else? I think you also have Bruma as well. Romero Zahivi, one player to look out for. He's been amazing for Israel in the qualifiers. Vinicius, not Vinicius Jr., the Vinicius that played at Tottenham, I believe. Yeah, he played at Tottenham, and so one player to look out for, center forward. He's on loan right there. Could be a great player indeed. The Sangara as well. It's a very good team, guys. And I think for this, even though this, like I said, Maccabi Tel Aviv, they haven't been playing bad. I just think for me, this is a step too far for them, and I just don't think they have enough quality to compete for this. So, yeah, man, I'm going to go with PSV to prevail. Let me just look at the players real quick they have there. As you guys can see, they're actually third in the league. And once again, there's not even a squad list for them. It's just really sad. So we're going to have to just go on their last game they played, and hopefully we can find there so you guys can see Dan Bitton and Gabi Kanuskri, Ebi Shahar. So, yeah, man, like I said, guys, Maccabi Tel Aviv, it's going to be difficult for them, I think, and they could definitely cause issues. But like I said, guys, I do expect PSV to prevail on that one. And then finally to the final matchup, guys, we have, it is Sparta Prague versus Partizan Belgrade. And this is a very tough match to call. Very tough match to call. Remember I told you guys that Fenerbahce Slavia Prague is 50-50. I think this is another one that's almost 50-50 as well because this is a tough one to call. The Sparta Prague team from the Czech Republic is doing a great job indeed. They're finally supposed to be third in the league. And they got some great players, man. Players that I think could be very good guys. Obviously got Krejci, Julius, and you can see how much Czech Republics are there. Like so many Czech Republic based players, and so Sakek and Krabic and Suchek as well. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Asper's as for Partizan, man, this is a good team from Serbia. I've really been impressed with them. I think they could cause damage. And you know what's interesting? They're actually top of the league right now. They're actually 59 points. They're actually ahead of Cervena Zvezda, which I think is very impressive because I think it's generally it's just generally that Cervena Zvezda usually goes on to win the league, and this time around things are different. But like I said, though, it's only 5 points, so it's not a huge gap indeed, but of course it is a gap nonetheless. And so I don't know, man. It's gonna be very interesting to see how Partizan do in this one, guys. And it's gonna be difficult, guys. Like I said, guys, it's a very tough match to call. But I'm gonna go with Partizan to prevail on this one, just because I feel like for me, they will cause surprise. And like I said, guys, there usually is one surprise in the round of and the knock these competitions, especially the knockout stage. And so I'm gonna predict them to prevail on that one, though. But like I said, guys, it could be anyway. And Sparta Prague could easily do this too. So let me reiterate my predictions, guys. I have Fenerbahce to progress, Midtjylland to progress, Vitesse to progress, Celtic to progress, Leicester City to progress, Marseille to progress, PSV Eindhoven, and Partizan Belgrade. So I want you guys to comment down below your predictions. Remember, guys, join the link, join the fantasy league where you can predict your individual matches. And of course, guys, if you love the conference league, this is the channel for you guys. I've been covering this thing from the very beginning, guys. I even did from the qualifiers, guys, from the very beginning, guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that, guys. And of course, guys, if you're new around here, I recommend you to subscribe and down below, like this video as well. Comment below your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. And remember, guys, to share the video, guys, with your friends, and of course, make sure you guys check out me and my other pods in the description below. And finally, for the real time now, I'll be heading out. So hope you guys do enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.